This segment answered a question that puzzled me for 50 years. Any place that we went, one headquarters of the Vietnamese, my troops had an array of weapons. And what you would do is take the weapons according to what you were doing and who you were with. And when you were with Vietnamese, they carried smaller M1 carbines, so I carried a carbine. If I was going in an American area or any of the people in my section were going with Americans, they would carry the weapons that they expected to find where they were going. And the reason for that was so that you, if it did hit the fan, you could get ammo. If you were with the Vietnamese, they had 30 caliber carbine ammo. We had tons of grenades and stuff like that. I had a shotgun. And in this segment, I finally figured it out. Why my shotgun reeked of marijuana. Those hoodlums that I had are just amazing. One thing about Perry, when he was running for an election, the members of his crew, all of them, swore that he would duck fights. He would never engage. When he was assigned to pull his boat to a blocking position, he'd always figure out a way of not getting there on time or some excuse for leaving. And then he said all that stuff about the atrocities and stuff like that. He would never have even seen that on a boat.
But that's how politicians are.
Yeah.
We had a lieutenant come in for our platoon, and I don't know exactly what he had in mind, but for him it was too calm, so he asked to be transferred to somewhere else where there was more action. Because, you know, it's good for your promotions, it's good for if you run for office later on. People know that from World War I, World War II, you know, all the stuff, all the presidents that fought in all the wars, you know, it's sort of common knowledge, you know, and that's what people do.
Well, Jane Fonda, she was a piece of work. What they don't show in either of this, but there's footage of her actually firing the anti-aircraft gun at planes that were, and then, you know, and I found it interesting that they showed the Kent State twice. In the last segment and this segment, and they showed Me Live twice in the last segment and this segment. And, you know, they get their point across. Burns gets his point across. Same way 60 Minutes does, by editing the hell out of. And, you know, the thing that bothers me is you see the same talking heads up there, the same 12. Yeah, but you know, there's thousands of guys that served there that, you know, they could have interviewed to get it. And it's the same thing in the intelligence business. In the intelligence business, you have a database that's unbelievable. And you could prove anything that they want you to prove. And if they want you to prove that Ho Chi Minh spat gold bricks, you could prove that. Because you would find in the millions and millions of pieces of information, you'd find one report or two reports that would say he did that, and 15 million that would say he didn't, and you just concentrate on the two that prove your point.
Right. There's a book in the extra library about the POWs, Honor Bound, and it's about the American prisoners in Southeast Asia from 61 to 73. And it does describe some of those prisoners in the South that were held in tiger cages and all sorts of stuff, and then the others that were up in North Vietnam. You don't have to read the whole book, but if you skim through it, you can get an idea.
Is it in this library?
No, it's in the Exeter Library.
Oh, Exeter.
So, but if you put that name in there, Honor Bound, it should come up. You know, it's the politics that's shown here in the series is just amazing. I mean, we all sort of know some of that stuff goes on, but to the extent of what was said between the president and some of his staff, and the stuff with the Watergate and all the other things that he did.
If Nixon had me doing Watergate, he'd still be around screwing people. The way they got caught is they picked the locks, and then they had to go in and out. So instead of having the door locked behind them, they took duct tape and they taped the latch shut. And that's what the guard saw.
Yeah.
$2 an hour guard.
Yeah.
Saw that.
It's amazing.
And if I was trained to do that. All you had to do was take a wad of paper and stick it in the hole of the latch. When they said that the people threw their medals away, the soldiers threw their medals away. That really bothered me. I watched that. And, more than anything else,
You know, all the other wars, World War I, World War II, weren't as long as this one. So you can see perhaps that after a certain point, people would lose support for the war.
They told the POWs that they briefed the POWs that Jane Fonda was going to visit them, and they expected them to be on their very, very best behavior on pain of death. And these people got together and on a small piece of paper, very tiny, tiny writing, they put the name of every single POW that they knew about, that was there, or that they had met someplace, and they folded us up into a real tiny square. When one of the POWs shook hands with her, he passed that piece of paper to her. And when she got it, she immediately turned around, went to the senior North Vietnamese guy in the room and said, he just gave me this piece of paper. And they kicked the living crap out of those people for a month, maimed them.
I would like to share, we were here for the first episode, and we weren't able to get back till now. But when we were on vacation upstate, we caught part of one, and there was a wonderful panel discussion with 5 Vietnam veterans talking, and one was a judge in Pennsylvania, And one of the guys on the panel was his cousin, and one was one of his buddies. And it was interesting because they even talked about one of their friends that went to Canada, and they shared their feelings. And it's like all these years later, everybody's still carrying it in some way. I always think back when I look over there, one of the guys I grew up with was the first person killed in Vietnam from the area. And everything I do now for veterans is in honor of him. But I've had the opportunity, I've been engaged to a non-vet, I've been married to a non-vet for years. I've done advocacy for veterans and as a social worker at the VA. And I think the thing that I keep remembering that sticks out to me the most is my former husband and I were on Project Welcome Home, which brought the moving wall to Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And it was a 3-year project. We brought the moving wall to the area, and then we built a permanent Vietnam memorial there. And when the moving wall came, we knew veterans were going to have a hard time coming to the wall. And we had people that would only come in the middle of the night because it was tough. And so many things were laid on the wall that we then had the opportunity to take down to the wall in D.C. and lay at the wall. And eventually those things are going to be put in a permanent museum down in D.C. But there were so many people that you never realize that served, because a lot of times it's not talked about. My daughter's boyfriend at the time, his uncle was killed in Vietnam, and that's one of the people we were honoring there. And he never even knew that much about his uncle because the family didn't talk about it. And I got a call from my secretary, and she was there, and she wanted to know, could you get those cards that were laid at the wall? And she told me her husband's name. She said, my daughter was just a baby when my husband went and was killed in Vietnam, and I want to know if we can have those cards. Now, I said to my daughter recently, you just never know you're going to look at history, because some of these people's lives have been paid for. But I feel like with my husband's medical issues, it's like we're still fighting the war. It feels like we never stop fighting the war. Sorry, thank you.
No, so thank you.
Got a doctor I go see at the VA, and he thinks that I should put this stuff, my memories, way back in my brain and not think about it, which you really can't do. You can't put certain things in your life away. When you were a kid, there may be something that stands out that in a situation you remember that or whatever. Or since some of us have watched all 10 sessions, you got to see the un-American decisions that were made by presidents and other officials that should have did it differently. I have a hard time with the way our money is spent. The other thing is, it's so many years since the war has been over, and I think it would be a lot more years for the North to, for better word, calculate, the price that they paid as far as was what occurred really the right way to go about it.
There's Americans go Special Forces camp in Quezon, which is near the Laotian border. You have to go out Route 9 from Route 1. But Pine Tree, they go there every 2 or 3 years, and they get hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical supplies, and they get their doctor friends to come with them, and they go there for a month trying to work with the Hmong mountain people, which the Vietnamese hate, a lot of Mongyards, and they hate them so bad that when they would do bomb runs on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, if they had any bombs left, they dropped them on the yard villages. But they go there for a month. They negotiate with the province chief for like 25 days, and they give him most of the money before he allows them to go for 5 days to visit the people and give them whatever's left. So people think that the Hanoi government is doing what they, changing their views or anything. That's questionable in my mind. I think what they are looking for is reparations, and I was bitter. I worked trying to get the hostages back from Iran. I mean, I was a reservist, but I did go to. I always felt that I'd like to take care of Iran on my way back from Hanoi, but you know, the government didn't appreciate that kind of thinking. But I said this several times, we just don't learn from the history that we made. And, you know, we left thousands of people to get slaughtered. And then when Jimmy Carter took over, he hired Stansfield Turner, who was a Navy bean counter. He was an accountant, had no intelligence experience. And he made him the director of the CIA. And he told Stansfield Turner to get us out of the spy, get us out of the spook business. And Stansfield Turner would just go into a station and he would say, you're going to stay here a week. All the others start destroying your files, and you're going to be on a plane tomorrow morning out of here. So when you want somebody to spy for you, basically what you're telling them is, I want you to betray your country. In return for that, I'm going to do everything I can to protect your identity, take care of your family, and make sure that you want or they want for nothing the rest of your life. And you have an obligation to take care of these people. When he tells people, you're getting on a plane at 0800 tomorrow morning and you're out of here, all of these networks, all of a sudden they have no communication anymore. They're floundering. You do it in a denied area like the Soviet Union and some of these Arab countries and Iran and stuff like that. These people get a hold of the records, some records, they piece things together, And if there's any question about what loyalty these people had, they just killed and tortured everybody that these people had contact with. They don't, it's like the Iger sanction with Clint Eastwood. His boss said to him, he told him, there's 8 climbers on this mountain, and one of them's a traitor. Kill him. So everybody had an accident, and Clint Eastwood survived. And his boss said to him, I love it. You couldn't find the right one, so you killed them all. And that's the way the people. So what I'm saying is, we don't take care of things in the right way. We just, every place we go, we kind of leave a mess. And just once I would like to see us have some kind of exit strategy. Like, I think the better choice for a president would have been Colin Powell, because he knew all this instead of Barack Obama. He would have not got us into anything without having a clear view of how he was going to get us out. But you just can't, betray the people who are loyal to you. We lost thousands of good people in Vietnam because of the circumstances. We lost thousands of people. And then when Iran grabbed the hostages and they held them for 444 days, they went to the CIA and they said, okay, what can you do? We need information coming from them. Well, Stansfield Turner shut everything down. They said, we don't have one asset there that can help us, because Carter just shut things down and let them flounder. So they went to the Army Special Forces and they said, look, you guys ran Operation Joint Training Sessions. Do you guys still maintain any personal contact with any of these Iranians over there who might be, willing to help us? And so they found a few that had some contacts, and they were in communication with them, send them, occasionally communicate with them a couple times a year. And we got something from those people. And Carter said, we don't need human intelligence. What we have technical intelligence. They could, from a satellite, 10 miles up, they could read the writing on a manhole cover. But satellite 10 miles up doesn't tell you how Putin or any of these people are thinking. Just tells you, so when Bush came in 2001, he started rebuilding our human intelligence, but it takes years. It takes hundreds, if not 50 years to build something that's durable.